Hello and welcome to another video for Auto Solutions Checkpoint. The L200's MOT is up in 7 days from now, so we're going to do some improvements on it. Obviously in one of the previous videos you've seen that whenever the trailer got stuck I didn't have decent tyres. Well, I'm going to be putting my all-terrain tyres on. So the 225, 65, 17 ordinary ones are getting took off and the all-terrain ones are getting put on. So hopefully that will make a difference. And I've managed to get the MOT booked in for next Tuesday. So obviously that's within the MOT expiry. I think what the plan is, if I can get the underside dry enough, it's just the weather has been absolutely atrocious. Yesterday, I was going to do it yesterday, but if I can get underneath dry enough, I'm going to do some underseal as well. Just get it as tidy as I can looking underneath. Obviously with the vehicle not being obviously produced in the UK, they don't underseal these things, and that's why they run away so early. This year runs a 67 plate on the 2018. It just has surface rust underneath, just on the components, but obviously the main structure and that's fine. So it'll just be a case of cleaning it up and getting some underseal underneath it and getting looking good, and then producing it for an MOT. But I would like to get it validated beforehand as well. Generally this car is just solely used for work and occasionally collecting the kids from school or nursery or whatever. It's, you know, but I still like to keep it good. So aye, that's the action plan. I'm going to check it over for an MOT, but I know that it'll be fine because everything gets done that needs done. But we'll get it checked anyway. So we're just approaching up to FK2 tyres to get the tyres changed over. It looks to be a nice day. It's quite cold, it's quite fresh, but at least it's nice. The sun's out and I just got to get on with it. So here we are, all good. Right everybody, this is Del Boy from FK2 Tyres. So if you're needing tyres, come up to Reading Muirhead and he'll do you a good price on your tyres, new and old. They're going to be so much better, definitely. So guys, I'm doing some evasive action on the L200. I'm going to make a start in doing some underseal. It's looking mighty fine with its new insa turbo tyres, looking the part. So I'm going to get it up and get a wee bit of wire brushing done underneath. Gives me the fear so much when this is up on the ramp. As you can tell, I've got it in a different way, but obviously I've run out of roof space, so I can get underneath it, but I'll be doing a lot of crouching. Right, just a wee general clean up and get the underseal done as well. So basically what you want to do is get the compressor full of air and blow down all the wee bits that may have muck in it and get it all skimmed out. Whoops, that's what I get for not putting the towel down whenever I'm doing some underseal, but hey ho, we'll tackle that shortly. Yeah, so I've got the underside all nice and sealed. It's all soaking wet. Yeah, it's looking very presentable underneath. Need to go and get it washed, it's absolutely bogging. We'll get this old dog valeted today and get it looking decent inside because it's mock it. Absolutely mock it. En route to the valeting centre. It's a Saturday morning, it's 10 o'clock. Want to get the interior tidied up a bit because I usually keep this nice and clean inside, but obviously over the past few weeks it's been pretty busy for me and I've been unable to maintain the inside. I'm not too bothered about the outside. Obviously the MOT is on Tuesday, and if it gets dirty between now and then I can just throw a bucket of water over it. I just want it looking its best for the MOT. What an absolute difference. It's got the ceramic coating on it as well. Makes all the difference already. It's sitting really nice. I'm definitely happy with buying this. I've had this a year now and honestly it's in the best colour. Even a big difference in the wheel arches, they're being undersealed. Quite shiny as well. Yeah, it should sail through its MOT and definitely nothing to be major with it because it's well looked after. It is looking the dog's nuts, wee bit of tar shine on it, sills tidied up, chamoised. It's looking great. Really good. What a difference a little valet makes. Absolutely gleaming inside. Absolutely blinging inside. It's all ready for the show, never mind the MOT. So while the L200 was in getting a valet, we had a little problem where the DPF light came on. The DPF light just looks like a wee, like fumes it looks like. It's just a little light that comes on and basically it flashes and does the process for the regen for the diesel particulate filter. So I took it back, done a force regen on the top done, and also reset the oil condition as well, and basically that was it, ready for its MOT. Now bear in mind that was Saturday, the MOT is coming up and it was on Tuesday. So we'll fast forward after that to Tuesday, taking it for an MOT, and also we're going to be getting the air conditioning done as well. When you get this light coming up on, you need to do the regen as soon as possible. I wouldn't even waste any time. So what we're going to do, we've got it plugged into the top done, RT Diag 800 BT, and we're going to do DPF regen on it. Okay, so I just need to do a little update of the system and then do a force regen on this. Takes about 20 minutes to do. So yeah, it's definitely taking its time, but definitely needs done. I even smelled it earlier on. It was very sooty. So hopefully once I do this here, the fuel consumption will be a little bit better than what it has been. Okay, so there's no more countdown for the DPF regen, so I think that's us all good. So it's a cold, dark Tuesday morning. Big day for the L200, it's getting MOT'd. I'm also going to be getting the air conditioning regassed as well. So hopefully notice a beneficial difference in the summertime when it gets a wee bit warmer. Obviously I'll have no need for it now, but better get it done. Looking at the sky ahead, it actually looks like it's going to be a decent day, so fingers crossed. Because I hate working in the rain. Just need to get used to this winter weather. I think the older I get, the more scrawny I get. I'm not as fat as what it used to be, so I am feeling the cold. It's dire. Yesterday was a big test for me, because it literally took me maybe 40 minutes after arriving to work to actually get my horse in gear and actually do a bit of work, because it was freezing. And I came home last night absolutely knackered, so tired, but it's all part and parcel to doing this line of work. Bye guys, wish me luck, not that I'll need it. Yeah, it feels so different with the new Insa Turbo 17-inch tyres, considering it was a bit quieter with the road tyres on it, but because I've got the off-road ones on, it's very noisy. Well, I think it's more noisy than what it used to be, don't get me wrong. It's not unbearable. Right, 37 minutes past 7 and it's almost at a standstill. The sign up above, accident, make exit to M8. Make exit to M8. Okay, so there's an accident, M9. An accident on the M9. I'm telling you, this vehicle tells me some lies, by the way. It's 37 miles per gallon. I think it's telling me porkies. I would love to be getting 37 miles per gallon. This traffic is absolutely dire. 7:45 in the morning. Just bumper to bumper. Hopefully it will start to free up. Well, that was the result I was wanting. I got a big flat pass. Not even one advisory. The guy actually commented on how nice it was underneath as well. So we're now about to head over and get the air conditioning done, and then that's a wrap for the L200. As you've seen, it got validated, it's looking the part, so aye, it's fit for the road. Just going to get the air conditioning regassed and get up the road and get a bit of work done.
Auto Solutions Checkpoint we do not provide aircon regassing, but we can get it done for you as a third party or recommend a couple of competent garages that you can take your car to. If your air conditioning stops working, more often than not it can be resolved quickly and easily with an aircon regas. Most of us expect our aircon to work without a second thought, but when warm air comes out of the vents on one of the few scorching days of British summer, it's a nightmare. It's usually not this drastic. You'll probably find that over time, your aircon system doesn't work as well as it did when new. That's because it needs regular maintenance, which many of us fail to do. Fortunately, it's not an expensive or difficult job to keep your aircon working. Let's find out the process involved, whether you can do it yourself, and everything else you need to know about aircon regassing. What is regassing? Aircon regassing is the process of removing the old refrigerant gas from your air conditioning system and replacing it with new refrigerant, so your aircon can run cold again. It should be the first thing you explore if your aircon system isn't blowing as cold as it should. The process should take a specialist no longer than an hour to do. There could be other reasons why your aircon isn't blowing cold anymore, but a reputable mechanic will be able to advise if the issue is the result of anything other than the need for regassing. For example, it's possible your system may have a leak. Can I regas my aircon system myself? You can buy aircon regas kits if you'd like to attempt the job yourself, but I wouldn't advise it. They're almost as expensive as paying a specialist to do the job, and if anything goes wrong, you may be left with a very expensive repair bill. Specialists will also have a better idea of how to check for leaks and other problems with the aircon system, and there are safety factors to be considered, too. If the refrigerant gas comes into contact with your skin or eyes, it could cause painful freeze burns. How do you know when your aircon needs regassing? The first sign that your aircon needs regassing is that the air being blown from the vents is not as cool as it used to be, or it doesn't feel any different when the AC is switched off. If you can't remember the last time the system was regassed, it's probably worth doing. Alternatively, many specialists are happy to perform a free check. How much does an aircon regas cost? Getting your aircon regassed should cost somewhere around £50 to £200 depending on your system and where you get it done. How often should you get your aircon regassed? When should it be serviced? Most manufacturers recommend you service your car's aircon every 2 years or so, but many people wait until it's not blowing cold air. This is unlikely to cause any harm, but bear in mind that poorly functioning aircon will make it more difficult to demist windows in winter and could work the engine harder, thus using more fuel, so it's not worth putting off a system check. Is a regas part of a service? While servicing your car regularly is important for keeping it in reliable and roadworthy condition, services rarely cover the aircon system. However, at Auto Solutions Checkpoint we replace the cabin pollen filter as standard on a full service, which helps. Not every garage deals with aircon. Some garages offer discounts over winter or approaching summer, so keep an eye out to save money on your aircon regas. Mine cost £70, but prices seem to vary on what type of system your vehicle has and also how long the process takes and what's involved. When your car's aircon is given a service, the technician should check the system's lubricant level and replace the old refrigerant gas with new gas up to the required level. They should also perform a vacuum test to check for any cracks or leaks that could prevent your aircon working in the future. What happens if I don't regas my aircon system? If you don't regas the aircon system, it will gradually become less efficient, making the car uncomfortable in hot weather, and take longer to demist the windows in winter. Not regassing your aircon system will be bad for it in the long run, too, with pipes likely to crack and parts likely to seize up if it isn't used. What else do I need to consider about my car's aircon, and how do I maintain it? As well as getting the system regassed, the best way to keep your aircon in top form is to use it all year round. Change the cabin filter regularly, and consider an antibacterial clean if you notice stinking musty smells coming from the vents.
Video, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank every single one of you that have subscribed to the channel. It's you guys that give me the motivation that I need to do this, and I would like to grow the channel and welcome more people on board and get everybody involved in what I do. Open to suggestions and things maybe you think would be good coming to the channel, or any questions in general, just fire away, ask me. But yeah, my channel isn't, I'm not claiming to be any sort of expert in everything. At the end of the day, whenever I'm working, it's to how I work, and I like documenting it, and I'm hoping that it helps other people and keeps all you guys watching. But you guys take care, and I'll catch you in the next video. So 10-10 over and out.